Dan Bilzerian is one of the most famous womanizers in the world, so it's not surprising that many young men look at him as a role model and also want to have as many beautiful women as the king of Instagram, as he is also known. So do you want to know which tips and tricks Dan Bilzerian says will help you become even more successful with women? Then watch the video until the end, because Dan Bilzerian has some awesome advice, how you can even get more women in the future. That Dan Bilzerian has a lot of success with women cannot be denied. After all, he always has a lot of attractive women around him in all his photos and videos. And no wonder, Dan Bilzerian has a lot of money and is extremely fit and attractive. But according to Dan Bilzerian, it's not just about looks and finances. Young men also have to have the right mindset to be successful with women. On the No Jumper podcast, he recently said that teenagers and young adults should primarily chat up lots of girls, but not with, "Oh, you're so beautiful, can I buy you a drink?" or a similar approach. Rather, Dan Bilzerian advises to simply start a pleasant conversation and over time, get used to talking to very attractive women. Related to this, Dan Bilzerian also says that young men need to learn how to deal with rejection. The more often you get rejected, the more immune you become to it. Over time, you become more successful just by being more confident, and it becomes perfectly normal for you to flirt with very attractive girls. Dan Bilzerian puts it this way: when you don't care anymore, you start doing a lot better. From his own experience, he said in the podcast that especially when he was in college and started having sex with a lot of different girls, he was even better at dealing with rejection because he simply developed an abundance mentality. So it's a mindset where he thinks to himself, "I don't care if I got rejected by one. There are so many more out there and I can have a lot of them." Dan Bilzerian also emphasizes that he is not a fan of pretending or using rehearsed game in conversations with women, as many pickup artists do. Why? Simple. Dan Bilzerian doesn't think that pretending to be someone you're not or aren't yet promotes self-confidence. But of course, you should work on evolving and actually becoming the person you want to be. Another thing Dan Bilzerian mentions is not to show too much interest right at the beginning, as that can be a bit overwhelming and simply too much, because women are also attracted to men who are not easy and immediately put them on a pedestal. Instead, he clearly advises normal conversations, as much contact with attractive women as possible, and of course, a lot of confidence. That way, according to Dan Bilzerian, 18-year-olds and men of any other age can get a lot of attractive women much easier. That's it again for today. If you liked the video, share it with your friends.